Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's raining here in Gauteng. There was a few floods, so it's been chaotic. Mental health. So clearly, it's becoming I don't want to say a trend, but people are realizing or giving it a name, which is the name mental health, that people actually have mental issues. But this is something that we have been struggling with for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Okay. So I have had some talks with people that I either bump into or just quick chats where actually you'll be surprised that amongst black people, we always thought that, we don't want to own the fact that we have mental issues, right? We don't want to own that fact because we think that, black people, we tough like that, and we kind of like, if we're going through any emotional pain, we just have to deal with it. We have to deal with the pain, not realizing that we're acting out the way we're acting out because we have mental issues. So it's amazing the amount of people that I've been speaking with, how people are really challenged with their minds and thoughts and soul. And if you listen to people's stories, right? I've had so many people tell me, Happy, why don't you write a book about your life? We should definitely make a movie about your life. And yes, I did. That is my life. And all of that happened in my life. And I've overcome through God. But I always listened, and I understand that, and I get that, and then I see that people see the pain that I went through, and also just everything that I went through in general, and then how I overcame. I think they're more fascinated about how I overcame the battles that I went through in my life, the journey that I went through. But I always tend to, because I'm a scholar, so academic-wise, no, but in terms of wisdom and things that feed the soul, that's my kind of comfort space, So I tend to listen to people's stories, and because I'm an empath, I love to love people and try and heal them where I can, because I also found out that my grandfather was one of the biggest healers, but in those days, obviously, there were traditional healers. So we tend to know that we have this calling upon us, but somehow we get misguided by it. We don't have the revelation through God as to how to use our calling. And so we always tap into that whenever there's a mental problem with somebody, then they'll always say, okay, that means that she is being called by the ancestors, and therefore you have to go twasa or do whatever you need to do in order for your mental stability or whatever you're going through to be fine. I cannot debate with that because I don't tap into that space. It's not my vibe. But what I've realized, because people have misused what the healing nature is actually supposed to be like as a healer. Even if you think about the initiation schools, the elder back in the day, they took these things very seriously, and now people are playing around with it. I'm hearing a lot of stories of people going in there, and it's all about money. Things have changed. With time, things have changed, but they've changed not for Ubuntu. They have changed for our selfish needs, that we're not really out there to truly be there for one another. It's just we have become so selfish. And anyway, so I spoke to a few of my brothers, not biological brothers, but just people that I happen to know. And these people, I've heard them say that I was put under prescription because because I was just suffering in my mind. I couldn't deal with the exam, so they put me under Xanax. And then it's like minor things that a doctor would like put you on prescription. Now, with the history that I have, anything, whether it's prescription or drugs, once it's addictive and you are dependent on it, and once you have to get off it, it becomes such an emotional imbalancement, right? Because now your problem becomes worse than what it used to be. You understand? So I have learned to deal with my frame of mind. Remember now, this is somebody that had like this hardcore life of just living this fast life, and then suddenly God removed me from that chaos, because that's what it was. It was a beautiful chaos. You understand? So it wasn't like I went through some kind of like, it was bad and it was beautiful, but it was chaos. It was chaotic. It was worldly. So that fast life that I lived, for God to make to come and rescue me from it, because I couldn't rescue myself. That's how beautiful God is, and that's how loving God is that I didn't even call for him. He just said that your time on this earth is, you're not ready to leave this earth, so I'm going to save you so you can be the person that I have ordained you to be, that you can tap into your calling, and that is healing. I'm a healer. I heal people through agape love. That's what I do. Let's not get it twisted by healing. Like, I don't do any voodoo. I don't do anything. I just give myself with pure love. And then people can get healed from that. That's what we need to do, brothers and sisters, without any lust. We need to really listen to one another from a loving perspective, without judging. And you'll see how that person will actually heal. Because I'm telling you, I've seen it work. And the reason why I made it is because I felt the love of God. Even though there was so much love coming from all kinds of direction that I had from people, but let's face it, it was for our selfish needs. So I know I'm like talking all over the place. If you get it, sharp. If you don't, sorry. You must try and understand what I'm trying to say. Because I can only do me, and this is how I do me. So good people, you know, sometimes I go through life and I see my blessings. I'm so blessed. I'm in such a good space. God has been so awesome. But then at the same breath, I can be so down. And that's depression. But I have learned to trust God in all of it. There are levels of pain. Pain is pain, but there are levels. Some people handle depression differently towards other people. Now, you must know, I don't use any medication for this depression. Okay, whatever you want to call it. So if it happens, and I'm not saying now because I don't use medication, therefore I'm better than the other. It's just a personal choice because I'm an extremist. I have dabbled in that from childhood, and I have a reason why I prefer doing everything that I do sober-mindedly, so that I know that whatever happens, I did it in a sober mind, if that makes sense. So I'm just so thankful to God. Today it's raining. I thank God for rain. But I ended up my mind space being in a melancholy space. I guess also because because, it happens where you just become down and you go on a serious downer. And I was in such a downer. I'm still in it, but I'm trusting God, I'm trusting God, and I want you to do the same. That when you're feeling down and when you're feeling that, because I get like hectically down because I'm such a happy person. So when I'm happy, I'm very, very, very happy, like my name. But then when I'm feeling down, it's not lacquer. But the beauty about it is that knowing that God has got your back, knowing that you can be honest about it and open about it, and just give it all to God, and also do your part. Do your part. I'm just so blessed that, I called my friend and I'm like, because I know when we were young, we both had like anger issues and like rage issues. And I called her up and I'm like, so how's the rage thing going? Like we can see how much we've calmed down, especially now that we're mothers and our children have actually done a good impact into our lives. That we are much better than yesterday. We are much better than yesterday. So people, don't beat yourself because of your mental health. It's because of the foundation that you come from. Okay? You cannot blame yourself from the foundation that you come from, but you can try and heal and fix yourself. Okay? So, good people, try and have the wisdom. Ask God to give you the wisdom. And don't beat yourself up, because joy always comes in the morning. And I pray for everybody that is suffering from some kind of depression. I mean, everyone suffers from depression, man. Like, life is life. There's no ways that you're always just bubbly and happy all the time. But I just pray that God will just help us to be okay when we find ourselves in that space. Yeah? So good people, you pray for me, I pray for you, and keep going. Keep going. Just remember that you've done so much better than yesterday, right? That's what it is. Try and just live a righteous life. Be thankful. And don't beat yourself up. It is part of our DNA. And the good news about it is that it's not an everyday thing, and God heals the brokenhearted. He does. That is why I'm able to do this video, just to show whatever battles that I face, that you will not control me. You have no power over me. Already from me doing this video, I feel a lot better. Speaking to my friend, I feel a lot better than for me just being in this like dungeon and just sucking up the energy of just feeling this frequency of just, this getting into this dark space. Where back in the day, I would either go dope it out. Now I can just like go through the emotion without even doing anything, drinking or picking up a cigarette, just to make myself feel better, which is like false fixing. So good people, God loves you. Let's love one another. Let's stop this nonsense of hating and judging and just let's stop the madness. Love is beautiful. Keep it real, and let's be aware of this mental health that we go through, and just be a soldier. Be on top of it. Don't let it be on top of you. All right? Peace. Huh? What happened now? Did this thing just record and record and record? I have no idea what's happening. Ish, sorry. And I can't even cut this piece. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. How do I do this? How do I stop this?